Welcome to a new deep dive. Today, we're cutting through the clutter a bit.
Yeah, getting straight to it.
Exactly. We want to get to the heart of what you truly need to know about getting started in metal detecting, specifically the essential tools.
The ones that really make a difference.
We've got some great research here from Paul Edgerton over at Detector For Metal who, really knows his stuff.
Right. And this deep dive, it's really about giving you a shortcut, helping you understand the gear that counts.
No more feeling overwhelmed by all the options out there.
Exactly. We'll pinpoint what's essential, what you really need.
And, okay, before we unpack these tools, here's something really interesting, a stat that caught my eye.
Oh, yeah.
In 2021, there were, get this, 1,072 treasure finds reported in the UK.
Wow, that's quite a few.
But here's the fascinating part. 96% of them, that's 1,024 finds, were discovered by metal detectorists.
96%.
Yeah. That alone just highlights the potential, when you have the right setup.
It absolutely does.
Yeah.
And, well, it raises the obvious question, doesn't it? What is that right setup?
Let's dive into it. The 8 essential tools.
Okay, let's start.
So first up, the foundational tool, the metal detector itself. Now, you might think any detector will do to start. But our deep dive shows it's, a bit more nuanced. We're talking specifically about multi-frequency detectors.
Yes, multi-frequency is key. If we connect this to the bigger picture, different metals respond better to different frequencies.
Okay.
So a metal detector basically uses electromagnetic induction. It sends these fields into the ground.
Right.
Most modern detectors use VLF technology that's very low frequency, usually operating between, say, 3 and 30 kilohertz.
And when it hits metal.
When metal's encountered, it creates these tiny things called eddy currents and a secondary magnetic field. That's what the detector picks up.
So for you, the listener, what does all this frequency stuff mean for finding different types of treasure? How does it actually help?
Well, think about it like this. High conductivity metals, like silver, they respond better to lower frequencies, maybe around 3 to 10 kilohertz for getting good depth.
Okay, silver likes low frequencies.
But small gold objects, tiny things, they need higher frequencies, like 15 to 30 kilohertz for sensitivity.
So different frequencies for different targets.
Exactly. And that's where simultaneous multi-frequency, or SMF, technology comes in. These detectors can transmit multiple frequencies all at once.
Ah, okay. At the same time.
At the exact same time. And then they analyze the target's response to each frequency. It gives you a much richer picture.
That makes sense. Now, what about this distinction I hear between VLF and PI detectors?
Right. VLF detectors, as we said, are great all-rounders. Excellent for target identification, figuring out what you might have found. They work well in most conditions. But they can sometimes struggle in, really highly mineralized soils.
Yeah.
Or saltwater beaches. That ground noise can overwhelm them a bit.
MPA.
Pulse induction detectors. They send out short, powerful electromagnetic pulses. They're much less affected by that mineralization.
So better for tough ground.
Definitely. Great for beaches, gold fields. The downside is they generally can't discriminate between metals nearly as well as a VLF. They tell you something's there, but maybe not what it is.
Okay. And what about vital features? If you're choosing your first detector, what should you absolutely look for?
Right. Look for adjustable sensitivity. That lets you control the depth and how much interference you pick up. And ground balance, that's huge.
Ground balance?
Yeah, it stops your detector from constantly reacting to the minerals in the soil or, rusty nails everywhere. It tunes out the ground itself.
Got it. Anything else?
Discrimination settings are also massive. They analyze something called phase shift to tell the difference between highly conductive metals like silver and low conductivity ones like iron.
So you can filter out the junk.
Exactly. It lets you focus on potentially better targets. Essential, really.
Okay, so you've got your detector, you get a signal. Tool number 2, the pinpointer. This seems simple, but everyone says it's a game changer.
Oh, it absolutely is. A total game changer. Your main detector tells you roughly where to dig, maybe in a dinner plate-sized area. But the pinpointer tells you exactly where that target is within the hole you start digging.
Saves a lot of digging, I bet.
Immense amounts.
Yeah.
Without one, you're often left digging these, moonscape craters, just hoping to stumble upon your target. It's frustrating.
Yeah, and your back will definitely thank you. It just vibrates or beeps when you're right on top of the target.
Exactly. So you can make these small, neat, precise holes much quicker, much cleaner.
Okay, tool 3, headphones. Now, this one might surprise some people. Why are headphones considered essential?
Well, it's not just about volume or, keeping the noise down for others. No. Modern detectors, they produce different audio tones based on the target's characteristics. The pitch often correlates to conductivity.
So different sounds for different metals.
Precisely. A high-pitched, clean tone might indicate a coin. A low sort of grunt could be iron. Headphones block out wind, traffic, all that ambient noise.
Allowing you to hear the subtle stuff.
Exactly. Those crucial, subtle tonal differences that are key for identification before you even dig. You really need that focus.
Plus, I guess they save your detector's battery a bit, not driving the speaker.
They absolutely do. Reduces the drain. And yeah, there's a bit of a stealth factor too. Keeps things quieter.
Makes sense. Okay, tool 4. Quality digging tools. Here's where it gets really practical, right? You need something that works.
Yeah, this is crucial. You need a tool that can handle all sorts of ground. Soft beach sand, sure, but also hard-packed clay, rocky soil.
And a cheap garden trowel from the local shop.
It just won't cut it. It'll bend, it'll break. Paul Edgerton specifically mentions things like the Dr. Otek shovel, the McGrath spade, good quality stuff.
And the material matters.
Oh yeah. Stainless steel is really your best friend here. It won't rust, it stays sharp longer, and it's durable, but still fairly lightweight. You're carrying this stuff around for hours, remember?
Good point. And technique matters too, I suppose. Making clean plugs.
Absolutely. Clean, precise cuts help preserve the search area, and it makes it much easier to properly fill your holes back in afterwards. Leave no trace.
Very important. Okay, tool 5. The finds pouch. Seems obvious, maybe.
You'd think so, but so many people just stuff finds in their pockets, and then they lose them, or mix the good stuff with the junk, or spend ages later trying to find that one great coin they found earlier.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
So a good finds pouch just keeps everything organized and secure. Look for something water-resistant, maybe with compartments.
And a decent closure.
Definitely. A closure that truly works, whether it's a good zipper or strong Velcro, to ensure it stays shut while you're bending and moving.
Okay. Now, tool 6 is a bit more specialized. The sand scoop. For beach hunters, right?
Exactly. If you're hitting the beach, this one's for you. It's basically, a small shovel or scoop, but with holes in it.
How does that help?
It speeds up beach hunting enormously.
Yeah.
Instead of digging a clump of wet sand and trying to sift it by hand.
Right, which takes forever.
Yeah. You just scoop, give it a shake, and the sand falls through the holes, leaving your targets, hopefully coins or rings, right there in the scoop. All in one motion.
Ah, I see. Especially useful in the wet sand or surf.
Oh, absolutely essential if you're hunting in the surf. You need to recover targets quickly before the next wave.
Makes perfect sense. Tool 7. Extra batteries or a charger. Oh, I've been there.
Haven't we all? The number of times your detector dies at the worst possible moment.
It's always when you're onto something good. It's heartbreaking.
It always seems to happen right when you're in a prime spot, finding things left and right. The solution is just so simple, though.
Bring spares.
Always bring backups. Whether it's a spare set of AA batteries or a portable power bank if your detector uses a rechargeable pack, just so you can keep detecting and not cut a good hunt short.
Absolutely crucial. Okay, last one, tool 8. The carrying bag. This might seem like the least important item.
Maybe the least glamorous, but think about it practically. You've got your detector, maybe broken down, your pinpointer, headphones, digging tool, finds pouch.
Yeah, it adds up. You need to transport all that gear, especially if you travel to different hunting sites.
Exactly. So a good carrying bag or a proper case is basically like insurance for your investment.
Detects the gear.
Protects it from dust, moisture, getting banged around in the car. It keeps everything together and safe during transport and storage when you're not out detecting. Extends the life of your equipment.
Okay, so that's the core kit. We've got the multi-frequency detector, pinpointer, headphones, digger, pouch, scoop for the beach, backup power, and the bag. Now, someone listening might be thinking, wow, this sounds expensive.
And yeah, it can be if you go all in right at the start. But, this raises an important question for beginners.
You don't have to buy it all at once.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
You could build this kit over time. Start with the detector and maybe the headphones because hearing those signals is key.
Okay.
Then maybe add the pinpointer next because it saves so much frustration. Then the better digging tool, the pouch. Add pieces as you get more serious, as you can afford it.
Right. And remember, quality often matters more than quantity here, doesn't it?
Oh, definitely. It's much better to have fewer high-quality tools that you can rely on than a whole bunch of cheap stuff that's just going to break on your third hunt and leave you disappointed.
That makes sense. You know, what's fascinating here is thinking about Paul Edgerton's approach, the guy whose research we've been drawing on.
Yeah.
He's a stay-at-home dad, and he's really turned metal detecting into this family adventure. He passes it on to his kids.
That's brilliant. It really highlights that there's more to it.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener, beyond just finding treasure? What's the deeper appeal?
Well, metal detecting isn't just about finding treasure, although, let's be honest, that part is really fun.
Of course.
But it's also about connecting with history, literally holding something someone lost hundreds of years ago. It's about spending time outdoors, getting exercise,
Getting away from screens.
totally.
Yeah.
And yeah, like Paul shows, it can be about building those family memories, sharing an adventure. It's active, it's engaging.
And finally, we have to mention the golden rule, or rules, of metal detecting.
Oh, absolutely essential. Number one, always get permission before you hunt on any private property.
Yeah.
Don't just assume it's okay.
Critical. And number 2.
Always fill in your holes properly, neatly. Leave the site looking as good as, or even better than, you found it.
Right. You really need to leave it better than you found it. Pack out your trash, maybe even pick up any surface litter you see.
Exactly. That respect for the land and property owners is how we keep this hobby accessible and enjoyable for everyone in the future. Good etiquette is key.
So just to recap, we've unpacked the importance of that multi-frequency metal detector, the precision of the pinpointer, the crucial audio clues you get with headphones.
The durability needed in quality digging tools, the simple organization of a finds pouch, the efficiency boost from a sand scoop if you're beach hunting.
The absolute necessity of backup power so your hunt doesn't end early, and the protection offered by that all-important carrying bag.
Yeah, this deep dive should hopefully give you a really clear roadmap for starting your own metal detecting journey, building that essential toolkit.
And remember,
The real treasures, quite often, are the experiences you have, the history you connect with, and the memories you make along the way. The finds are the bonus.
so for you, the listener, think about it. What hidden history might be waiting right beneath your feet, just waiting for the right tool, and you to reveal it?
Keep your coil to the ground, keep learning, and keep your expectations realistic but hopeful.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.